guess what? We're back at Factotum Farms again, helping out. Very cool. Today is the start of Rammed Earth. I'm gonna try and bring you a little bit of the series, give you a little bit of a taste of what it's like to build with Rammed Earth. Of course, we got our Rammed Earth expert, Ray, here.
Hey everybody, today is our build day 1 out of maybe 8. So day 1 starts with footings and stockpiling and sifting dirt, getting our formwork set up, or at least staged, and all that stuff that you need to prepare for to make sure everything flows correctly and easily when you actually get into making the Rammed Earth.
Prep day, very important, especially when doing a natural build. It's a lot of prep, right?
Yeah, it's a ton of prep, making sure you have everything you need, getting all the stuff from the warehouse or the stockyard where all the formwork lives and bringing that all to the site. It can be an entire truckload just for the formwork, so there could be multiple trips and all kinds of stuff. Making every step as efficient as possible when we actually are doing Rammed Earth is really important to make sure we get the wall done in one day and not leave any cold joints, which just, it can happen, but it's not the best looking thing, so I try to avoid it. So we try to make everything as efficient as possible to go from the ground to the top in one day. First unveiling at Factotum Farms.
Oh, it's awesome!
There it is.
Look at that beautiful, man, the coloring is just awesome, I think.
Whoa! Whoa!
Ooh. Ah.
And so this is basic, this is mostly just soil taken right here from the site, right?
Yeah, so there's two types of soil. There's a brown soil and there's a red soil. The brown soil has more sand content than the red, which is more clay, which kind of makes it more red as the clay content. So I've just taken these straight out of the ground, sifted them through a 1/4 inch screen, and put maybe 8% cement in them. And this is our first try. See what this dirt looks like. I think it looks really smooth.
I think it looks really good. Right. And what's the white?
The white is my experiment with just a lime putty. I got a bag of lime and just mixed the cup with some water, made a putty out of it, see if it would make a nice white line, and it's pretty clear that it doesn't. And I could tell that when I was putting it in, it really splattered everywhere and it was real splooshy. And when I put the next layer on, I tamped it down and it squeezed out each direction. So lime itself, it's not going to cut it. Maybe lime with some aggregate at the right ratios, that might cut it. Or maybe there's a white cement product that we can use with some sand that will do the same kind of thing. But for me, I want to get, these reds, these browns, and then have a couple slashes of white every once in a while. That's the vision I have, and hopefully that matches with Jason's vision.
Sometimes it's tough getting these artistic visions to interconnect, isn't it?
It's true. There's a point where I'm okay, I'll step back. If you want to take over, go ahead. You want me to take it on? I'll do it. We'll come to agreement. We'll make a really nice wall.
So it's all about, at the end of the day, you just want a wall to
wall things in.
Right.
So what we got here on the pallets are the tools of the trade, so to speak, in Rammed Earth, right?
Yeah. So part of staging everything is getting all your stuff here for your formwork. We got our pony clamps. These are Schedule 40 black pipe with a pony clamp. You find these at any big box store. The cheapest I found them is at Harbor Freight with better quality even. So they kind of screw in on this side and then they slide in on this side. So you get them on either side, squish your form together, they hold your forms together. So you'll see these being used if you see any videos later on with the forms installed. Then we're using 2x6 whalers because our walls are thin, they're short, we're hand tamping. So 2x6 whalers go on the side of each wall and the pony clamp goes in between, and that's what holds the forms together. So when you're tamping, all the pressure in there wants to push your boards out, so these help keep them from bowing in the middle. So using 2x6s or 2x4s, you do have a chance for the whole thing to bow because these are only as strong as they are. If you're doing bigger stuff, 24, 18-inch walls, you have more dirt, more pressure. You might want to use 2x8s or 10s. We're using pneumatic tampers, 2x12s are the common practice to keep your wall from bowing out. You want to keep them flat and straight. And I mean, if you understand what's going on, you can make decisions to use lighter ones to let that bow happen, and then you get these undulations that the light hits and the shadows create, and it creates shadows, and it can be really nice. We had a stack of our sideboards, 4x8 sheets, 3.5-inch thick. These guys are sanded on one side, I think. You can use whatever sanded finish you like. The more sanded finish it is, the smoother your wall is going to come out, if your dirt is that smooth. So lots of variation in that. We got 8-inch end boards, so these guys go on the end while the sideboards go on the side. This keeps your end in. 8 inches is how big our tampers are, so it fits right in here. If you have a 10-inch tamper, your 8-inch wall is not going to work. If you have a 8-inch tamper, it will. We have some 12-inch end boards here also, if we decide to do some wider ones. We got our 8x8 tamper to get our 8-inch wide wall. Sometimes they're a little bigger or a little smaller than 8. They might be 8 1/4. They might be 7 3/4 or something. It's just something to check out. I've seen 2 different ones not fit in the same spot, so it's not that precise. Also, 8-inch is what we found to be about the skinniest that we will recommend doing. I did experiment and did some that were just framed in 2x6s, so they're 5.5 inches wide, and they were just a little too skinny for our purposes, and they were moving a little bit. So I don't recommend going any smaller than 8, and the code books don't recommend going any smaller than 12. For our tight spots, we got some spots that go around posts, so we want those tight spots to be tamped, so we've built one of these. For a while we were using the butt end of a 2x6 or 2x4 to tamp those, and it was just kind of a pain in the butt, so we finally built one of these, and it's been a savior. You can also use this in the corners to really get your corners nice and tight. If you're doing real tight corners without any beveled edge, it's good. It's really good to really hit those nice and solid. This is just some kind of 1/2 inch thick, maybe 3/4 inch thick plate steel, and another piece of that Schedule 40 pipe. I think it might have been an old pipe clamp that we were using. We also got lots of shovels, a broom, pickaxe. Flat shovels are good to have. Spade shovels are good to have around. It's good to have a broom to sweep off little chunks of stuff so your form boards sit nice and flat. So this broom's been through some stuff with me. It's great. Been on every build so far. And of course a pickaxe to dig out your footings, or if you have to dig a hole to get some dirt, then use a pickaxe to dig your rain garden to get your dirt for your walls. And one more thing, have some oil. So this is a form release oil that's just wasted vegetable oil. We've been using vegetable oil on all of our form release for a while, and it's been working pretty well. Get it square. Screw one of these stuff.
So this concrete was actually smooth, but with rammed earth, you want a little texture for the earth to grab onto. So I actually came in with some trowels, and we just kind of roughed it up a little bit and just made some marks and grooves in there. so we got another day done here at Factotum Farms. We got the footers poured over here. And then what do we got next, Ray?
Oh, next week we're gonna start setting up our formwork. We're gonna do one day of that, and then we're gonna have the rammed earth the next day. So we're getting really excited. We're getting really close to actually playing with the dirt.
Rammed earth coming up. Opportunities to play with rammed earth, right?
All the opportunities you can handle.
All the opportunities you can handle. If anyone wants to come down, help out Factotum Farms, get some rammed earth walls, let's do that.
All right.
Opportunities are available. I'm going to leave information down below. Come check it out. Rammed earth opportunities right here. All right.
All right, we'll see you.
All right, so that's another day, another dollar working at Factotum Farms. I'm just kidding. I'm not getting paid at all. But it's great to get out there and just learn some things. For me, I can't get enough of actual hands-on experience with earthen building, with sustainable building practices. Honestly, the more hands you can get into the soil, the better. And there's a really good opportunity if you live in southern Arizona in the Tucson area, or even further south, if you're living in Cochise County, definitely some great opportunities. They're coming up. So definitely check out Ray Clamons of Natural Building Works. He's got a website. You can find him on Instagram and Facebook. Definitely if you want to get your hands in the dirt, this is a great opportunity. Wednesday, formwork. Friday, the actual filling of the soil, tamping it down. It's going to be exciting. I'm going to be there. I'm going to try and get some stuff on film, bring that knowledge, some of that knowledge back to you. But if you can't make it out there and you want rammed earth knowledge, Ray's got those Natural Building Works courses available on the DIY Homestead Projects page. Very well done by Derek Handyman Howlett. Very informative, very thorough, really great videos. Definitely check those out if you can't make it to one of these sessions. So I'm going to leave links to that stuff down below. Definitely go check that out. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. We appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We'd love to have you around. Definitely share it with a friend or two, because rammed earth, right? Sweet! All right. As always, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Catch you in the next video, everyone.